I once knew a guy who could read people's minds after he inflicted pain on them. I met a guy who can read people's minds when he causes them pain, and I know it sounds ridiculous, but let me explain. I have always been interested in mental abilities like telekinesis, mind control and reading minds/thoughts. I heard of a guy in my area who had the ability to read minds when he causes them pain. I was excited, and yes, I know people in the past have called me gullible and an idiot, but this guy is the real deal. He lived in some trailer, and a guy like him should be living in a mansion, not a trailer. When I first met him, he was clearly an alcoholic and a little depressed. The reason he was depressed was because whenever he read people's minds, it was always negative thoughts about pain, anguish and other hellish thoughts. This guy was born to be a positive person, but like all positive people, they get beaten down to negativity. Anyhow, I kept asking this guy to read my mind and he kept on declining, but eventually he accepted my request. He got a knife out and he started to scratch my hand with it as blood started coming out. In my head, the thoughts that were going in and out were fear of him cutting my wrist open eventually, and even infection. He then read my mind and told me exactly what I was thinking with every ounce of discomfort that I was experiencing. He then helped me bandage my hand and I was blown away by him. I wanted him to show me more, but he kept on declining, but I kept on insisting. He then punched me really hard in the stomach, and the thoughts that went through my head after getting punched in the stomach were pain, anger and a whole lot of swear words. This guy once again was correct at what I was thinking after he punched in the stomach. He was now telling me to get out, but I wanted to push it further because I enjoyed him reading my mind when inflicted me with pain. He then started to strangle me, and the thoughts going through my mind when I was being strangled, he was repeating it all back to me. The desperation of wanting oxygen and the fear of death, he knew it all. I wanted to be like him, and I wondered to myself if there was any way I could read his mind after inflicting pain on him. He then gave me a gun and told me to shoot him in the head and then see if I had the ability to read his mind after inflicting pain on him. When I shot him in the head, dissatisfaction surged throughout my body, when I realized that I couldn't read his mind when I inflicted pain on him. I am not like him at all, and he is dead now, and maybe I inflicted too much pain on him to read his mind.